And he asked me to take a walk with him. He didn't say anything for the longest time. And then he turned to me and he said, Woodman, we need each other. Words and music. And he crossed his fingers, showing how they go together. Remember, words and music.
Words, music, and a conjunction.
Conjunction.
Yeah, conjunction, junction.
What's your function?
What's your function? Remember.
I
You
remember.
remember that? Heck yeah. So there you go. It is season 3, episode 5 of the Words and Music podcast. I'm Crystal Blue.
I'm Randy Red.
And here we are sipping on ciders tonight. Sipping on ciders for a very important reason. We got ourselves
Delicious.
a brand new sponsor.
Yeah, we did.
And it's something we already had a fridge full of, which is convenient for us because we can sip on ciders.
It's very convenient. Especially you can sip on ciders.
Yes. Yes. Ciders specifically from Coyote Hole Cider Works.
That's right.
Out on Lake Anna, a beautiful venue.
You haven't been, you need to check it out.
You definitely need to check it out.
It's a cool spot.
It is such a cool spot. In fact, we were just there last weekend enjoying some of their holiday festivities and cool things they're doing.
They had football games on. They had some igloos.
Yeah, they have heated igloos outside. They have a light show every Thursday through Saturday night. And then on Saturdays, like all day long, they have vendors hanging out.
They do.
Like the paparazzi girl was there. The Scentsy girls were there. They had LuLaRoe. They had all kinds of fun, cool stuff. So if you're looking for some last minute holiday shopping or you just want to, splurge on yourself,
They've got it.
Coyote Hole Cider Works.
Go get it.
Holiday market every Saturday.
Support the locals.
Absolutely. We'll tell you more about Coyote Hole and some cool stuff that we've got coming up with them during our VIP's roll call today. But it is time to get down to business.
Business.
It's been a couple days. It's been a couple weeks. We took a break for the Thanksgiving holiday. So there's a lot to catch up on since our last episode. Lots to catch up on.
I mean,
You're trying not to cough. You go ahead. If you have to cough, you have to cough. My husband has a cold.
and yes, I know it's a legit cold because I went and got tested. I'll get into more to that later on.
That's right. That's right. We'll be talking about Randy's health issues into some bullshit just a little bit later on.
Stupid.
It is stupid. But so if you hear him coughing, just, forgive. Don't try to hold it back. Like you're going to hurt yourself.
I'm already hurt. Like
I know.
The coughs are so deep. They're hurt. Like when I said my chest hurt and she looks at me all weird earlier and I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's like your sternum is hurting.
It's from coughing. So yeah.
It's a nice chest cold going on. So since our last podcast, I think one of the biggest things to happen to me was I got to see my old co-host for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So he came into my office to visit with his new radio station. He's got a brand new morning show all to himself, which I think is a great thing because I think he's going to finally realize how much doing your own morning show, how hard it is.
It already shows.
Oh, yeah, it already shows.
He looks tired.
Well, sure, it's exhausting.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Getting back into that routine is tough, and you don't ever get used to it. People say, "Oh, you must get used to it. You must get used to waking up that early." No, you don't. You don't. Nobody should be awake at 3 o'clock in the morning on purpose and trying to function. Like that's just not normal.
With a smile on their face.
With a smile and entertain people.
Yeah.
There's nothing more. I'm sure there's plenty of things more difficult. I shouldn't say there's nothing more difficult than getting. There's lots of stuff that's more difficult than getting up and sitting in a room in front of a microphone at 5 a.m.
But you did it.
I did it for a long time. I did
Yes,
5 different morning shows over the course of 20 years of my radio career. And 3 of those happen to be with this particular co-host. And he's back in town.
Yep.
And it was good to see him. I always liked him as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't work out between us as co-hosts. So got to see him for the first time in 4 years. And then I tried to cook Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes, you did.
And I failed miserably, folks.
I wouldn't call it a fail miserably. Like
and you say that, but you don't know what my successful Thanksgiving dinner really looks like. Like we've cooked Thanksgiving dinners together for the last 5 years. So you haven't actually experienced me cooking a full Thanksgiving dinner by myself. So I was very anxious and I was very excited to show you what I could do.
I was excited for it.
And then I botched the job.
Okay.
I botched the job.
But you have a handicap right now, so that's why I'm saying like it's not.
I don't want to call it a handicap. I have a you know what I mean, like that. It's not that serious.
It's not that serious, but you are handicapped as far as
in a particular. I'm handicapped in the way someone is handicapped in the game of golf.
Right. You know, it's the smell of things, it's the taste of things.
Right.
You don't have that right now.
Yeah. If you've listened to past episodes, then you understand that I'm dealing with a condition called Perosmia. It's a long COVID side effect. Basically, your olfactory bulb gets jacked up when you have COVID, and it can get jacked up. It doesn't happen to everybody, but it can get jacked up. You lose your sense of smell and taste. And so for some people, in fact, I think it's something like 7% of the population who has had COVID is dealing with this bullshit now.
Yeah.
Where at first I had no sense of smell or taste. Couldn't smell, couldn't taste anything. That lasted for a little while. And then smells started to come back. And then tastes kind of started to come back a little bit. And things were kind of okay. They definitely weren't back to normal until like June. And then all of a sudden everything went fucking haywire.
I mean, we went out to your mom's in
April and May.
And you were okay.
I was okay. Like there were still things I couldn't smell and couldn't taste.
There were things that you were okay with that.
I was getting weird phantom smells.
Now you're not okay with these certain things. You
right.
know,
like I went through a whole phase where I couldn't eat any meat. Like everything, it tasted and smelled like hot trash.
So
and it's a really dicked up, unpleasant situation. But for someone who likes to cook, who finds emotional enjoyment and fulfillment from cooking, like cooking was always it was like therapeutic for me. So to cook now for me is a stressful, depressing, full of anxiety situation because I get sick to my stomach walking through the grocery store. Just because of all the smells and just everything mixing in the air.
The cooking of the fried chickens.
The rotisserie chicken, the seafood, the bread, just the vegetables, just everything, and mixing it all together, and then trying to think of things to make that aren't going to make me sick, physically makes me sick. Just to even consider, God, that's going to turn my stomach, and knowing that it's going to turn my stomach, it turns your stomach. It's like a whole power of suggestion thing. I don't know, but it's fucking brutal. So trying to make so there are still certain things that I can't smell. So I actually have like 3. It's funny if you start to do the research on it, it'll blow your mind. I have 3 different things. I have I can't smell and taste some things. Some things I can smell and taste, but they're fucked up. They're like twisted, distorted. And then there are things that I smell that aren't actually there, which are twisted and distorted in your brain, like just weird things. Like every night, every evening, right around 7, 8 o'clock, suddenly I smell cigarettes.
I was about to say, what time is it?
Yeah, it's like some weird phantom cigarette smell happening. But anyway, so here I am trying to do a roasted turkey, trying to do sage stuffing.
She's been bragging about her.
Oh, I was.
Roasted turkey and her stuffing.
And I went so far, folks. This is where I fucked up. I went so far as to say I have never served a dry turkey in my life.
She did.
And I served him a dry turkey, folks. You know why? Because I couldn't fucking smell it. I couldn't smell it cooking. So I didn't know how far along it was. It didn't have one of those automatic pop-up things in it. So I really had it.
Did we take that out or no?
It just didn't come with one. That particular turkey didn't come with one. So I didn't have, and I had it in my head that it needed so much time in the oven. But what didn't click to me is I had put it in earlier than I had anticipated putting it in. Like I put it in a half an hour earlier. So in my mind, I'm thinking it's going to be done at 4 o'clock. It was done about 3:30. I didn't pull it out till 4 o'clock though. So it was dry. And the sage stuffing, I overdid the sage. I had because I couldn't smell it. Yeah. And when I did finally smell something of an herb, it didn't smell right. So I had to ask my husband, does this taste right? Does it have enough sage? And it ended up being super duper salty because I used the Better Than Bouillon turkey base. Mm-hmm. And in my mind, for whatever reason, because I am one of those people who doesn't measure things.
No, she doesn't. Not at all.
And I thought in my mind, I had it in my mind that it was 1 tablespoon per 1 cup of hot water to make the chicken broth or the turkey broth.
Yep.
It was 1 teaspoon,
One teaspoon, folks.
So I had more than doubled the amount of bouillon in the water. And anyway, it was a massive disaster. And the other thing that I couldn't do was, and I'm from the Midwest, so this was truly heartbreaking. I couldn't make I make this once a year only, green bean casserole. Green bean, with the French fried onions.
I mean, the woman was almost in tears over
I
here.
was, because
she couldn't have it.
Because onions and garlic are my 2 biggest triggers. And onions will literally ruin the entire meal. If I smell onions, even the slightest smell of onions, it takes over everything. So that's all I smell. And then that's all I taste.
Yeah.
And it's not an onion flavor, folks. It is like burning garbage on asphalt in a cemetery. It's like the weirdest, most disgusting, rancid, horrible sulfur. It's disgusting. Anyway, so I don't do onions right now. I just don't even try.
No,
I try to avoid them at all costs.
Yes, she does.
Which breaks my heart because I love onions.
Yes, you do.
I love caramelized onions. I love French fried onions. I love onion soup. I love onions. I love onions in my potatoes. I will put onions in just about everything. Onions.
I can attest, folks.
Yeah,
she's telling the truth.
I'm telling the truth because I had to change that when I met you because you didn't like onions. First meal I ever served you.
You're really gonna go there?
Oh yeah, first meal I ever served you was beef brachole on the grill, and with a side of it was just sliced potatoes and onions, grilled potatoes and onions, right? Which is one of my favorite things in the summertime. I love grilled potatoes and onions. And my future husband, first time I made him dinner at my house, handed me back a plate of onions after he was done eating. He ate everything, just picked all the onions out, made a nice little pile on his plate, handed me back the plate when he was done. And I was like, okay, so you don't like onions.
And I was like, no.
Information that would have been handy a day ago, so that I would have prepared that.
It's all good. I like onion flavor. I just don't like the taste and texture of an actual onion. So.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, Thanksgiving dinner was a flop. Complete flop. Threw out the leftovers. Didn't even want to deal with it because I was so upset over it.
It wasn't a total flop. Like there were certain parts that had good
the
flavor.
rolls were good. The mashed potatoes were good.
The dark meat was good. The dark meat was
if you say
juicy.
So.
The white meat was a little bit on the dry side.
It was chalk. Like, let's be honest. It was horrible.
You see who's beating herself up over here. I'm at least trying to be like, it wasn't that bad.
You're very sweet, but it was bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It was
bad, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was bad. And then after Thanksgiving, the calendar hit 1 year on the day that I stepped down as program director and morning show host at Thunder.
Yes, it did.
And that, for whatever reason, it came and went and it didn't kill me. I really thought that it would. So, I mean, we'll get into this a little bit later on because it is something that I will talk about in our Red and Blue download. I have this app that shows me my memories and
that you use
things that
religiously.
I post every single day. And so it all popped up, and of course pops up on Facebook memories and all that kind of stuff. And it was kind of one of those moments where I was like, first of all, I was like, wow, it's already been a year.
I know, it's crazy. Time flies.
Right? And then the second thing I was like, and I had to really analyze like how I was feeling about it. Like I still miss radio every single day, but I don't have like I wish I could go back to that place.
I mean, you miss radio, but you don't miss the last place you worked.
No, and I should, because there are some really good people still there that I love dearly, but it just, it all went to shit at the end there. And it was one of those situations where the harder I worked, the more it was completely 100% taken advantage of.
Right.
And then taken for granted.
Sure.
And
absolutely.
it was just, everything was piled on more and more and more. And it was basically like, just give it to Crystal. She'll do it. She'll figure it out. And then when things didn't go spectacularly or whatever, then it was my fault.
Yeah.
And it became a whole, you really fucking suck at your job. When are you going to get this shit together kind of situation? And so it was kind of brutal. But I got marked the 1 year anniversary of quitting the morning show, and I didn't die, folks. I'm still here.
Woohoo!
So here you go.
I don't have one of those party pop.
I know, right? Confetti. So there you go. What you been up to since we last podcasted? You got anything?
Hanging out with you and working.
Just listening to her, bitch. That's all I do.
Trying not to get sick, but yet coming down with a cold, you know.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, you know what? I do remember one thing that worked on Thanksgiving, and that was the pecan pie.
Oh, the pecan pie was delicious.
We did it, and we found a pecan crust this year, which was interesting, and I don't think I'll do it again.
I agree with you. After we talked about it,
Yeah.
I think it was too much.
And
I think it gave it a bit of a burnt.
Almost a little burnt flavor, just because it was a lot of nuts.
Yeah.
A lot of crushed nuts. And so
You're going to like the way my nuts taste. I guarantee it.
I'll definitely go back to regular pie crust because it balances it out. It gives it a little something different.
I think so. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but the pecan pie was good.
That's all right. We get to look forward to something else.
What?
For Christmas pie.
Oh, key lime pie is coming at Christmas. It's a Christmas tradition.
That's right.
I like Christmas traditions.
I know you like the key lime pie.
Oh, I love the key lime pie. Your mom's key lime pie is bomb. It's so good.
It's not too shabby.
Not too shabby. And you do a pretty good interpretation.
I do, and I'm going to even kick it up a notch and actually use real key limes this year.
Well, you're going to use real key lime juice.
Shh, you ain't got to tell everybody my secrets.
Try to make people think you're squeezing tiny key limes because listen, it's okay. Nobody has time for that. No, you know how many key limes it would take to make a key lime pie?
So we were at the grocery store and I found this bottle of key lime juice.
Like actual key lime juice from Key West.
I could not believe it. Yeah, from Key West too. So I was like, oh, wait, I'll get it later. Then we started walking around and we came back by it and I was like, you know what? Just in case I forget, I'm going to grab it now. Yep. So, yeah.
So that bottle's waiting in the pantry.
It is waiting. That's and exciting. I can't wait to try it.
Yeah. So, was our dog choking? You okay?
No,
you all right?
She's just walking around.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard her like, I was like, are we going to have a barf situation here? Because God knows I don't need any more of these dogs' bodily functions.
No, she just wants some attention right now. She wants something.
Excuse me, I ordered some love and affection. Where the fuck is it? That's you right now, Kona. All right. Anyway.
But yeah, I don't think not much different. Just work and hanging out with you.
Yeah.
Not putting up Christmas lights.
so we're gonna talk about that in a little bit too. We might as well just get into the show, I guess, because
we might as well.
We're sort of like previewing everything. We're gonna talk about our Christmas decorations.
We kind of are, yeah.
Yeah, coming up here in a little bit too. So right now, let's just go ahead and get into Say What.
Sure, let's do it.
All right, you're first. Go.
Okay, so my Say What kind of shocked me. But it kind of didn't because I knew it was coming, but I didn't think it was coming so quickly.
Well, I feel like you've been talking about this for a little while.
It's been coming. There's been hints out there, but in 2023, Dodge is getting rid of their Hellcat model. They're not even going to produce the Hellcat no more. And in 2024, they are cutting the Challenger and Charger as we know it right now. And I'm sitting there going,
wait, so they're like what, doing away with muscle cars at Dodge?
Doing away with naturally aspirated V8 gas muscle cars.
I have no idea what you just said. But go on.
You know, like your friend Ann, how she has that sweet,
she has that sweet ride
392.
Yeah.
You know, that big old Rumble. Yeah, they're doing away with that.
It's a beautiful. What is it? It's a Charger, Dodge Charger,
yeah.
and she does have the Hellcat or doesn't have the Hellcat?
No, she doesn't have the Hellcat. She got a
Hemi.
She got a Scat Pack.
Scat Pack,
I believe.
Anyway, it's a beautiful
she's got
car.
a Daytona. My bad.
She's got a Daytona. It's a beautiful car. And
392 in it. You know, it thing rumbles like right off the showroom floor. It was
just to get a mental picture, our friend Ann is teeny tiny, itty bitty little
4 foot
thing.
nothing.
She's a teeny tiny thing, and I always say she's half hood, half holy. Pray with me, don't play with me.
Exactly.
She's that girl. She is, you wouldn't want to mess with her, but she is also the sweetest, most caring individual you ever want to meet.
Anna.
And she is, she's, like I said, she's this tiny little feisty little firecracker of a female. And for her entirety of her adult life, maybe even longer, she's wanted some kind of muscle car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about it. We were like Camaro or something,
Yeah.
she's like, she wanted a Camaro, and then all of a sudden, she's a grandma now, so she's like, I want a Charger.
She's
I want
doing
a 4-door.
And so she
did
bought it for herself.
Yeah.
She went out and she got it.
But they're getting rid of it, making
she's
way.
got hers, so it's okay.
Yeah, she's got hers. We don't. So we
got a Charger out front.
Yeah, that's old. No. We need a new one. Oh. We'll get rid of the old one. But we have until 2024, so we're good.
Okay.
Got a few years.
Thank God.
And they're making way for the EVs.
Electric vehicles.
The electric vehicles.
Okay.
So I'm just like, no.
You're not ready.
Look, just like the CEO said, he goes, he's juggling knives. on when to do this.
Right, because
like,
you either
you
get
know
left
what's coming,
behind or you keep up with everybody else.
right? Or you lead the pack,
right?
You know, so it's one of those things. So he's like, I had to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
He said, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm going to get beat up on one end. I'm going to get praised on the other.
Right.
I don't know what to do. It's
a
right.
no-win situation.
It really is,
for
you
him
know.
right
and the only thing I'm going to say is we ain't ready for all this.
We as in you and I.
No,
we as in a society.
We as a society. We ain't ready for all this.
Why do you say that?
Because the infrastructure can't handle it.
Infrastructure can't handle what?
The electrical grid. The electrical infrastructure cannot handle all the freaking charging cars that they're promising to have on the roads by such and such time. There's no way it can handle it.
Because they have to set up all these charging stations and stuff.
Yes.
And you're seeing them pop up here and there because of the Tesla. I do see them around, but not very often.
You see them at the Wawas mainly.
See them at the Wawa, see them at the car dealers, places like that.
But you talk about people getting rid of their cars to get these electronic vehicles because that's the wave of the future, you know. I mean, battery's the way of the future. It is. You know?
What I understand, though, these batteries are incredibly expensive to replace. Like, if your battery goes, like, I remember I had a friend who had a Prius.
Yeah.
And her battery was going. And in order to get that battery replaced, it was like $5,000.
I had a lady I worked with. Same thing. Prius. Battery went dead. It was cheaper to buy a newer car than it was to get it replaced.
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
And then here's my other question. Where do the batteries go after they die?
That's a great
question. How
question.
do you dispose of all these batteries?
Ask France, because when they damage one of their EV cars, they don't fix them or replace them. They just buy a new one, and they got a graveyard full of these cars.
So basically, we're creating more waste for our planet to try and take care of.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'm not saying gas is going to be the answer.
But gas is a naturally renewable resource, is it not?
I mean, it is, but it's one of those things where it's pollution. You know, you're not going to make everybody happy.
No, of course not.
You can't make everybody happy.
So
it's like one of those things where, you know, what's right, what's wrong, what's indifferent. What's the right answer? I don't think there is one at this point. You know,
what's interesting though is I think every manufacturer is eventually going to be producing some sort of electric vehicle, correct? Even the Jeep's got an electric vehicle now.
Jeep's got an electric. It's not a fully electric. It does have a gas
hybrid or whatever.
It's a hybrid.
Is that what they call it?
You're gonna have GM's going fully electric here soon. You know,
even Harley Davidson has electric.
Harley Davidson
bikes.
has the live wire now. So I mean,
it's the wave of the future. I guess Dodge has to get up and get on that horse.
They all do. I mean, it's one of those things where they all do. I mean, hell, they brought the Hummer back as an electric vehicle.
Really?
Which sold out.
Of course it did.
I mean, as soon as it came back.
Of course it did. Because everybody wants to have the biggest, baddest vehicle on the road, but not everybody wants to kill the environment.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I mean, if this is the wave of the future, I'm doing my research now on what to get.
Right.
So, I mean, we watched a show with Ewan McGregor.
Which is a great show, by the way.
The Long Way Up.
The Long Way Up. Highly recommend.
Highly.
Where was that, on Netflix?
No, it was Apple TV.
On Apple TV. If you have Apple TV or access to anything like it, go find Ewan McGregor's show, Long Way Up.
He's got a few of them. That wasn't the only one. That was just the most recent one.
Okay. But there's a series of them.
Yeah, he's got Long Way Down, Long Way Out, and Long Way something. So.
Yeah. But Long Way Up is the one that we watched. And Ewan McGregor, of course, you know him as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan.
And lots of other brilliant roles in movies. But he's also just a really cool dude. And he
loves Harleys.
Loves Harley Davidsons. And so he decided he and his was it like his best friend? His brother.
You could say, no, it was his best friend.
His best friend. He and his best friend decided to get on these electric Harley Davidsons and ride them literally from the southernmost tip of South America all the way up to California where they live.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. And it was fascinating to watch.
It was. I mean, how they
intense.
How they worked with Harley to, do this
create this bike.
And I'm in belief that this is where the Pan America came from.
Okay.
That Pan America is it's a touring bike, like a BMW touring bike.
Gotcha.
And that's where this came from. I honestly believe that the work that they did with this and
inspired the building
inspired the Pan America. So
well, and then there was a truck too, right?
Yes, the Rivian.
The Rivian.
Yes. Yeah. So that's one of the vehicles that I'm actually looking at for us for the future.
Okay. But I'll tell you what, they have a long way to go to perfect the technology because they had a lot of problems. They had a series of issues on their travels.
This was a couple years ago too. So now
so,
they've got it. And plus, those were 2 pre-production models. Those weren't even
They were
production.
prototypes.
They were definitely prototypes.
They were all prototypes, right? Every vehicle
Everything
they had.
was prototype. The live wire motorcycles were prototypes. The Rivian trucks were prototypes. I mean, it was all.
They didn't even have the charging stations. They had to go put the charging stations in just for this particular journey. So seriously, folks, if you get a chance, Highly recommend. Long
awesome.
Way Up. Ewan
It's awesome.
McGregor. It was really, really, really good.
So that's my say what.
That is a good
Even though
say
we kind
what.
of got a little off.
That's okay.
It's all right.
That's all right. I had a revelation.
What'd you have a revelation about?
Quitting radio has actually restored my love of Christmas music.
You know, I kind of get that.
Did you notice?
I kind of have noticed.
Did you notice? Because it used to be, I did for 3 years. Only 3 years of my career, I worked at a cluster that didn't go all Christmas. So for the first 9 years and for the last 7 years of my career, I worked for a station that went all Christmas music 24/7 on the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So for a full month, I was listening to Christmas music nonstop. And I'll tell you what, folks, nothing kills your Christmas spirit like being forced to listen to everything Christmas. Because at first I liked it. And I was doing a morning show on a Christmas station.
Oh, Jesus.
The first couple of years. And that was hard because you're trying to entertain, and it's all surrounded by Christmas music. Like you can't even talk about the artists or anything because it's nothing but freaking Michael Bublé and Mariah Carey. Like constant.
The king and queen of Christmas.
But you knew everything about every Christmas song.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so the hardest part about being on a Christmas station. So if you're listening to a Christmas radio station right now, feel for the DJs. Just feel for them because they literally have nothing to talk about. They can't.
Some of them may even have a different religion.
Sure.
That kills them. So yeah. We know somebody.
I used to sit across the hall. And I would look over, and the co-host on my sister station, who is a practicing Jew. He's Jewish. And so he celebrates Hanukkah. He doesn't celebrate Christian Christmas.
Oh.
Right? So he would be literally sitting on the floor in his studio across from the console, all the way to the back of the studio in the back of the room, leaning up against the wall, just sitting there like like somebody tossed a rag doll across the room.
Yeah.
And he would just be like, oh God, please just like he would be praying for it to end, essentially.
Looking for that bottle of Johnny Walker.
Oh
too.
my, it was so brutal for him.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
But it was brutal for all of us because think about it. Think about it. I would go on the air and be like, that was last Christmas. Coming up next, this Christmas, and next Christmas. It's really, there's about 15 or 20 actual Christmas songs and then just 75 versions of each one.
Yeah. You know the best thing though about it right now?
We aren't losing Whamageddon.
You knew exactly where I was
where you were going. Whamageddon, folks. And we thought we did lose.
Yes, we did. Oh my God.
So we were the day after Thanksgiving.
My wife gets the bright idea to play fucking Christmas music.
We were decorating. We were putting up the Christmas tree. And I'm like, you got to turn on Christmas music when you're decorating the tree.
Alexa, turn on Christmas music.
Exactly. So we're jamming out to some Christmas music. And that was when I had the realization that, wow, I actually like Christmas music.
And then all of a sudden we hear,
last Christmas, I gave you my heart. But it was before December 1st.
It was in the official rule state.
Whamageddon starts on December 1st.
So guess what? We're still in the game.
We're still in the game, folks. We are still in the game. And if you are not familiar with the game,
go check out our Facebook
Whamageddon.
page.
Check out the Words and Music podcast on Facebook. You can find it. You can play along. If you haven't already lost, you can play along.
And let us know if you've lost.
Please let us know because I've already gotten a message from one listener saying, damn it, I just lost Whamageddon. I'll see you in Whamhalla because I know I'm not far behind. As soon as here's what's funny about it is I turned on the Christmas station the other day and then I turned it off because I didn't want to lose.
See, I have no problem with that. I won't turn it on.
Yeah, right.
So it won't make a difference to me.
But
so I'll win. I'm gonna win this year.
You probably will. I will probably lose because first of all, I love Last Christmas. I love the Wham version of Last Christmas. It really is the only true version in my mind.
Absolutely.
Even though my girl Taylor Swift did a version. I love her version, but it really just isn't the original.
It's not Wham.
No, I need Wham at Christmas time. So speaking of our Christmas tree.
Yes, let's talk about our Christmas tree.
Let's get into couples therapy.
Oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm. We just bought the most insane fake Christmas tree, you guys.
It's bougie as fuck.
I have never been in a stage in my life where I could A, afford, and B, just had the audacity, just the sheer audacity to put something like this in my home.
It was between this bougie one and another bougie one.
Yeah, but the truth is I got a Christmas bonus.
Right.
From my new job.
Hey,
which is freaking awesome.
You got one. I didn't.
It's not Christmas yet. Give it time. I got mine early. He did it on purpose so that I could take advantage of Black Friday sales. And so what did I do?
Took advantage.
I spent the whole thing on Christmas decorations like an asshole. But this insane Christmas tree. First of all, I prefer a real Christmas tree.
Yes, well, you do.
I prefer a real Christmas tree because I like the smell. 2 factors went into our purchase of the artificial Christmas tree this year. Number 1, I can't fucking smell a Christmas tree.
No, she can't.
So why buy one? Number 2, we are actually heading home to Minnesota for the week between Christmas and New Year's, and I didn't want to deal with a dried up, busted ass Christmas tree when I got home. So it was like, all right, my problem with an artificial Christmas tree has always been and will always be, and it is something that is weighing on me now. The hell are we going to do with it after Christmas? Where are we going to store this thing? It's enormous.
It is enormous. We'll figure it out.
And that's my husband. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
Figure it out. I got an idea. It's all good.
Yeah. And one of the other things that I've always wanted to do, and I don't even know why I've always wanted to do it, because no one in my family ever did it. I just always wanted to have a theme Christmas tree.
You're breaking the mold.
I guess.
Mrs. Powell.
I guess, Mr. Powell. I've always had just your old traditional Christmas tree with the kids' handmade ornaments on it, my ornaments from when I was in school. You know, it's basically the history of my family on a tree.
What was that thing that we hung last year?
Which one?
The one that we found, it was your son's.
Oh, that goddamn gumdrop ball. Listen. Parents can relate to this. Somewhere along the road, probably in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, it's somewhere in early elementary school.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You cough all you want. They brought out styrofoam spheres for the children and then dumped open a bag of gumdrops and handed the children toothpicks. One end went into the gumdrop, the other end went into the ball until the ball was covered in fucking gumdrops. And what happens to gumdrops over the years? They just plain dry up, they crack, they break off.
Yeah.
And this thing is the size of a grapefruit.
Yes, it was.
And it's on like a ribbon or some shit, right? And so every time I took it out of the box, every Christmas, it was a little drier. A few more of the gumdrops had fallen off somewhere. They were probably in the bottom of the box. Let's stick them back in. And nothing is holding this stuff together. It's just toothpicks in a styrofoam ball. That's it. Mm-hmm. And every year it was on my Christmas tree because my firstborn made it. And I finally decided, I was like, this is done. It's done. It's old.
I know, but your daughter fought you hard last year for it.
It was missing at least a quarter of the
gumdrops, yeah.
It looked like it had been kicked across the room a few times. Like it probably had. It looked like at least once or twice, a couple of years, my cats got a hold of it. Like it was a mess. It was a tragedy. And this girl had to have it on her Christmas tree.
So, like we're saying, you're breaking the mold now with a theme.
I am, because I've got my at 46, almost 47 years old. I finally have my first themed Christmas tree.
That you do.
And it tied into the Christmas tree that we actually bought because it was a pre-lit tree with LED lights that you could actually program with a freaking app on your phone. I told you it was bougie, folks.
Very bougie.
An app on your phone called Twinkly.
Yep.
Right?
You can pick the color.
Yeah. And so my husband programmed, and you make it a playlist. Like I can have 3 different settings.
Yeah.
You know,
or
or
you
whatever,
can have more.
as many as you want. But my tree's theme this year is like enchantment under the sea is I think what we're calling it.
Seas and greetings, folks.
Seas
as in SEAS.
Greetings. Get it?
Seas.
Now listen, I tried to do this last year. We tried to do this last year in particular, one particular form and fashion. We tried to go get beachy Christmas ornaments.
Yeah.
But everything was sold out. By the time we went to the at-home store, it was all gone.
Gone.
Empty shelves.
Like it was way gone.
We were wandering around wondering if the place was closed. Like we were like, what the hell just happened in here? But this year we went early. In fact, we shopped for those on Halloween.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Because I told you, I was like, hey.
We should probably go do this. Yeah.
Just saying.
If you want to do this theme tree. So anyway, our dog's about to barf. Yeah. She's going to throw up right on the couch. That's cool. Fantastic. Oh, dang. Okay. You know what? We're going to pause the show real quick. We're just going to pause here and we'll be right back, folks. We got puke to clean up. God. All right, we're back.
And we're back.
And that was fun.
No, it wasn't.
Life with dogs. Oh my gosh. All right, cool. So where were we? Oh, we were talking about our bougie Christmas tree.
Yeah, we were.
And our themed tree. I'm so distracted now.
I think we were at Seas and Greetings.
Seas and Greetings.
Enchantment Under the Sea.
Enchantment Under the Sea, my Christmas tree. Yeah.
The reason why we got the Christmas tree was because we can program it to a certain light color.
Yes.
So we got teal lights.
Yes, teal and some pretty blue ones and some white lights, and it looks so pretty.
Because we were trying to, if we went with a white tree, we were going to get teal lights, which we found teal lights on Amazon.
We did. But then we were like, you know what? That's good for 1 year. This tree, because of the lights and because of the way you can program them to literally be any combination of colors you want, this tree is going to last forever.
It could, eventually.
Mm-hmm. As long as the app doesn't go bad or
the app or the lights or,
So that was the thing. We were like, you know what? This is a tree that we can have for the next 10, 20 years. Yeah. Feasibly.
Easily.
Yeah. And we could have other themes and have the same tree if we want. Well, next year I've already committed to another theme.
We don't have to.
You keep saying that, but you were pretty adamant about it when we were buying all the beachy stuff.
We don't have to.
Okay.
We don't.
See.
Really, we don't.
See
have
how
to.
you feel about it next year. He wants buffalo plaid.
I think it's cool, but
it is cool. I like it. I was on board.
I know, but the more and more I'm thinking about it,
the more what?
It's like we already have a storage problem for shit in this house as it is.
I know. The more crap we buy, the more stuff we have to find space for.
I'm like, that's just not.
It's true. It is incredible how things accumulate over the years.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, it is.
We got
pretty
a lot of
incredible.
shit.
We do.
Well, especially since you moved in.
Yeah, blame it on me. No, it's true because I have legit been. Well, obviously I had 2 kids, so I've been carrying around kid shit too. Because you don't just have your own shit, then you also have your kid shit.
But even though I had my shit,
Yeah, but my children are grown and out of the house, and I still have their stuff.
Well, we can change that.
Well, we can, but there's some stuff I got to keep because Mom.
No, I totally get that.
But I probably don't need 2 drawers full of my son's rocks that he collected as a child.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. There is some things that need thinning out. Anyway, that's a topic for a whole nother podcast. Right now, I just wanted to talk about fake versus real trees. Now, you've had fake trees growing up.
That's all we had.
That's all you had.
That's all we had.
So when I came along and started talking about real Christmas trees, you were like, what?
You saw what I put up.
Yeah, it was like a little fiber optic tree.
Yes, it had a little motor on the bottom, fiber optic. Tall. Yep, and it motorized and had.
It's cute.
It's
cute, but it's not a Christmas tree.
That's Christmas tree.
No, it's a Christmas decoration.
And I also had a Charlie Brown tree too. Don't forget the Charlie Brown.
That's true, you did, with one red ornament.
Shh, that's right, Charlie Brown.
And since you've been with me, we have gotten 1, 2, I think 3 real Christmas trees in the 5 years we've been together.
Yes.
Yeah, because we've gotten 2 from Lowe's. Yep. And then last year we actually went out and cut our own Christmas tree.
We did.
That was a first for me.
That was the first for me.
And it was so cool. I loved it. I loved that chubby little tree with no top. It was the cutest little fucking thing ever. We got it from Sneed's Asparagus Farm. Sneed's Asparagus Farm.
Sneed's Christmas Tree Farm.
I'm sorry, Sneed's Christmas Tree Farm.
Changes the name during the season.
That's right. Out on Tidewater and, what is it, 308?
17.
17, yeah. Anyway, it's a beautiful farm, and they do lots of amazing things throughout the year, and they do have some extremely gorgeous Christmas trees for a reasonable price, too.
Yeah, it wasn't that expensive.
No, and it's really cool to go cut your own.
And you're supporting a local farmer.
Supporting a local farmer. So if you get a chance, and if you're into that sort of thing,
Here's our plug.
Here's our plug. Go check it out. Get your real trees. But we're going to have a fake tree for the next few years. But you know what's funny about this?
I know where you're going with this. Now that we have a fake tree, we could still also have themes in different rooms. So we could technically get a real tree in one.
What's interesting is that's what we have. Because your sister went out and picked up like a little 3-foot tabletop real Christmas tree.
Yes.
Because we do have a second living room.
Yep.
And that's where she hangs out a lot of times because she doesn't want to watch what we're watching on TV or whatever. So she was out there and she's like, I got a Christmas tree too. And it was a real tree. She picked it up at Wegmans. It's so cute.
So, she had the fiber optic tree up, but it's noisy now.
It is noisy.
It's
getting old.
It's getting old. And she's like, I have to turn it off every time I want to watch something that catches my, that catches my, my interest, piques my interest. And she goes, I went and got a real tree.
Yep.
I was like, all right,
and
cool.
It's adorable. So we officially have.
We do have a real tree.
A real tree and an
Just
artificial
saying.
tree in our house this year.
So we could.
I feel like the Jeffersons were moving on up. Someday I'm going to be. I just don't see myself being one of those people that decorates the entire house for Christmas.
Baby, I don't care. You do what you do, you boo boo.
So speaking of the you do you boo boo section of the Christmas decorating, when are you going to do what you do, boo boo?
Oh, well.
See, my husband.
What had happened was.
Loves the outdoor decorations.
I do like the outdoor.
You've been straight Clark Griswold on your house before.
Before, yes.
Yeah. I have a problem with inflatables.
She doesn't like inflatables, and I had a plethora.
You had a bunch of Snoopy inflatables.
Snoopy inflatables.
Yeah. I don't like inflatables. For a very specific reason. They're great at night while they're all blown up. But all day long, it looks like you have a freaking graveyard in your front yard.
Keep them blown up.
All day.
Sure. Why not?
All right. If you're going to keep them blown up all day, then it's okay with me if you have inflatables.
Oh.
That's the only rule. I said that's the only reason I don't like the damn inflatables is because you drive through the neighborhood and there's like flat inflatables all over the place. And I just think it looks trashy. I don't like it.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Ain't going to happen.
So, but you got lights.
I do.
Sitting in a box. Sitting in several boxes.
Yeah.
Throughout the house. Just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Lots of lights.
Lights.
What you can do with them?
Look at
him. He's like, I got a cold. I'm not doing anything now.
Look at them. Look how pretty they are.
Cool.
I was testing them out.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was the other night. I was home. And I was home earlier than she was. And I had them in the office. And I was like plugging them. So I got rope lighting. LED rope lighting.
Right.
So you can connect them.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I connected 2 of them. And I was like looking at it. I'm like, how am I going to do this? Where am I going to put them? What's the best?
Planning, folks. He's in
I was in the planning
stage.
phase.
Yes.
She threw a monkey wrench in my face because she wanted to go out the other night and have dinner and watch some local music, which is fine.
Okay.
So you did.
Okay.
You did throw a monkey wrench in my
Gladly, and I will throw that monkey wrench into the plan any old night.
I see. That's what I'm saying.
I feel no guilt on that one.
I'm not.
I didn't realize you were going to hang Christmas lights that night.
I didn't plan this with you, so I'm not saying it's a problem.
Yeah.
Just saying. Facts.
They're still not up, though.
Just the facts.
That was like 4 days ago.
Just the facts.
Just the facts. All right, Dragnet. So when I pull into the house the other night, I pull into the driveway, and it looks like a disco. I can see the interior of my home is purple. I'm like, what the hell's going on in there?
It almost looked like I had an aquarium in there because of the type of lighting. You know, it's RGB W lighting.
Yeah.
Red, green, blue, white lighting.
Yeah.
So you mix it all in. And if it's not out, it looks like it's purple. It looks like a fish tank.
Mm-hmm.
So
and that's what we had going on.
I was like, that's actually kind of cool. So
I'm still waiting for the outdoor decorations. And it's funny because I'm watching the neighborhood light up. Like everybody in our neighborhood is putting Christmas decorations up on the outside. Now we do have some Christmas decorations up outside. We do. And we have a couple of little trees.
Some real trees.
Some cute little like decorations.
Yeah.
Like pine boughs and things like that, right? Like little hanging plants and kissing balls and things like that.
These cute little Santa feet that you want.
Little Santa feet. They're cute. But nothing's lit.
No, it's
got
not.
Some sad little dim lights on my wreath on my door.
Maybe I need to change the battery on those.
Maybe. I don't know. Someday though, we're gonna have the whole thing decorated. I got the stockings hung this weekend.
You did?
Yes. So that's done.
You know, I just got to figuring something.
What's that?
I don't think I ever turned those lights off.
What lights?
So those lights on your wreath are on a timer.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
Did you turn them on when you pulled the wreath out this year?
I did.
Oh, you turned them on.
I turned them on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, scratch that.
Yep, scratch that.
Let's move on. It's time for What the Fork.
Moving on.
One of my favorite things right now in life.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It really legit is because things that I can taste include crackers, cheese,
yes,
olives, pickles. For some reason, olives and pickles, and I think it's just the vinegar and the sour.
And certain meats.
And certain meats like prosciutto.
Prosciutto.
Yeah, certain meats like prosciutto. It ends there.
It ends there.
It literally ends there. Some sausages are not too bad. But yes.
Gabagool.
So the point is, I love a good charcuterie board.
And let me tell you, folks, she's getting good at it.
I'm not.
Yes, she is.
I'm not very good at creating them. I just love to put shit together on a board.
The last one you created was better than the first one you created.
Okay, well, I've done 2 so far.
I'm telling you, she's getting good.
Okay. Well, anyway, this year for Christmas, our fabulous listener, Sarah, who loves... Sarah, we adore you. Thank you so much because she's always engaged and she's always throwing us really great topics and stuff to talk about. She posted this on Facebook, actually. It was, instead of a gingerbread house, this year you can make charcuterie houses. Picture it, if you will. Your charcuterie board, right? And now it's covered in Parmesan cheese maybe for snow on the ground, right? And then there's like a little pathway of almonds, slivered almonds to make the, or sliced almonds to make a walkway up to the house. The door on the house. Well, first of all, the walls are like breadsticks and pretzel rods.
So almost like Lincoln Logs.
Like Lincoln Logs, exactly. The door is a club cracker. The windows are those square pretzels, with the square and then you got like mozzarella balls and olives for snowmen in the front yard.
What about bushes?
Rosemary. Sprigs of rosemary. Make a very nice little tree outside. There's little herbs and things. And then the shingles on the roof look like pepperoni and salami and stuff like that. And then across the top of the roof, a little some kind of dip, some kind of maybe it's like a sour cream or some kind of cheese spread. And then the chimney. I don't know what the chimney is. I can't see. But anyway, scratch them gingerbread houses, folks, especially if you don't have kids. If you don't have kids, you don't need to make a cookie and candy concoction atrocity for your centerpiece. You can make a charcuterie house.
It's about time you grow up to the adult version.
That's right. The adult version of Lunchables. I want to do this. I want to do this so bad.
I know we've been talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, you could put cucumber slices and tomatoes, make little sidewalks. There's so many cool things. Look at this house. Looks like it's wrapped in prosciutto. Literally wrapped in prosciutto. There's all these pictures on the internet.
These pictures.
Yeah, we're going to put up a link. You can make the charcuterie houses are this year's most festive holiday treat. And you don't just have to stare at it, then you just pick it apart. Literally pick it apart.
So you want to do this?
I do. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it Christmas Eve. Jesus. Come on, man. I think we're doing it.
Oh, I guess we're
doing it. What the fork? Why not?
Why not? What the fork?
What the fork? I think it's perfect.
Rock with it.
Rock with it. Roll with it.
Lean with it.
All that stuff. Guess what time it is? It's time for the VIP's roll call.
The Vips.
The Vips are very important podcast sponsors to include... Go ahead.
Healthy Beginnings Wellness and Aesthetics. From Botox to bioidentical hormone replacement. Keeping you skinny, sexy, strong, and satisfied. Visit healthybeginningswellness.com.
Yes. In fact, here's something that's amazing about Healthy Beginnings Wellness and Aesthetics. Right now, they have got so many great holiday specials. I just saw they're doing a special that is $500 off your first BHRT, your first bioidentical hormone replacement therapy.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Massive savings for the holidays. Huge savings for the holidays. And one thing that's awesome, like right now, is cold and flu season. We've got another freaking COVID variant going around. There's like all kinds of things that'll get you sick out there in the world.
It's called what, the Autobot?
I don't know what the hell it's called.
It's either the Decepticon or the Autobot. I forget. It's one of those.
Regardless, I don't want it.
Nope.
They can keep it. I keep it away from me. And one of the ways that I try to keep it away from me is with Mick injections.
Return to sender.
The Return to Sender weekly Mick injections, a vitamin cocktail that boosts your immunity. They also have IV therapy that will give you an immune boost. They have so many great things at Healthy Beginnings Wellness and Aesthetics. You got to check it out.
Do it.
HealthyBeginningsWellness.com. And another member of our VIP's roll call is 9 Hammers. For roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, decks, heating, and air conditioning, where homeowners find peace of mind. Visit 9hammers.com. And P.S., 9 Hammers is running their annual Christmas contest right now. We're giving away a Nintendo Switch OLED, OLED. I don't know if you say OLED.
It's OLED. You can say OLED.
Is it an OLED? Okay, the white one, the newest one.
Yeah.
I had to literally fight lions to get a hold of this thing.
You know, it's funny because I saw them at Target before Black Friday, right?
Yeah.
Like I saw them there. Like they were
physically saw them on the shelf.
Physically saw the boxes locked away, and I looked at myself and I said, "Self, I should buy one of those right now."
And you didn't, did you?
And I didn't. And the Nintendo ones, they're reasonably priced.
Yeah, they're not bad. Yeah, so it's a $300 value just for the Switch.
Yeah. So I was like, man, I should buy it. We go back after Black Friday, and I told you, babe. Remember when I told you the story? That was
case
full.
was full, and it was completely empty. We've got that. That's not all we're giving away at
what?
9
There's
Hammers.
more?
There's more. There's a $500 Visa gift card that goes with it.
Oh, I could use that.
Anybody could, I think. Yeah. So go to 9hammers.com, the number 9hammers.com. Get yourself registered for the 2021 Christmas contest.
That sounds like a hell of a
It's
deal.
something that they do every year. Just something to give back to all the folks that support them throughout the year.
Hell yeah.
Continuing our VIPs roll call.
Cowboy Jacks of Fredericksburg, the best happy hour in town, 3 to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. Plank Road, Fredericksburg. Follow Cowboy Jacks on Facebook for specials and events.
Yeah, and this week they had live music back, finally.
They did.
Yes.
They brought back Scott McMillan.
Yep.
Old Scott.
Good old Scott.
Good old Scott. I love that guy.
Yeah, man. So,
he's a good dude.
He is a good dude, and he was the reason you didn't put up your Christmas lights the other night because he was playing downtown at Billikens, and I wanted to go see him.
It's your fucking fault, Scott.
Yep, it's all Scott's fault.
Actually, it's my wife's fault, but
it's fine. I'll take the blame. It's all
I'll
good.
blame you.
It's all good. Continuing on our VIPs roll call list, which I love the fact that our VIPs, the list is getting longer.
It's growing.
It's growing, and I love it. Thank you so much to all of our fabulous, very important podcast sponsors. And if you want to become one, just go to wordsofmusicpodcast.com.
That's right.
But I digress. Sprelly.
That's about one of your favorite ones, isn't it?
So my favorite. The new way to PB&J, now in their new location on Princess Anne Street, downtown Fredericksburg. Order online at Sprelly.com. They've got their grand opening happening on December 10th this year, and it is going to be massive. It's huge. I've already spent a lot of money at Sprelly, and they're not even officially open yet.
No, they're not.
I don't even care. My dad's getting a gift. Oh, shoot. My dad listens to this podcast, and I'm about to say. I just about ruined it. Shh. I'm going to have to edit that out. No, I don't edit this podcast.
No.
I don't edit the podcast. Anyway, Sprelly, go get your stuff.
Listen, go down there and try his nuts. I couldn't help it.
Tell Adrian Randy sent you.
I couldn't help it.
Yes.
We go in there. It's one of his soft openings, and he's got these new products that he's trying. He's got Chesapeake Bay nuts, Virginia peanuts.
Virginia peanuts with lots of wonderful flavors.
Raging Cajun, Chesapeake Bay.
Salt and pepper.
Oh,
English
delicious.
toffee. Double chocolate dipped.
So
peanuts. Oh my God.
He's handing them out to me, and he goes, hey, you like my nuts? And I'm like,
you want to try my nuts, don't you?
I was like, how long have you been waiting to say that to somebody? He said, well, you were actually my second person, but I couldn't say it to just anybody.
That's right.
I'm like,
no, but so you go in there, you tell him Randy sent you down to try his nuts.
Exactly. And he'll laugh.
He'll laugh.
Trust me.
And finally, on our VIPs roll call, our very, very, very brand spanking new, very important podcast sponsor,
Coyote Hole Cider Works.
I forget. I need to cue up the applause.
There
it is. Yay!
Hard cider and cider sangrias from 100% Virginia apples, located in the heart of Lake Anna in Mineral, Virginia. Follow them on Facebook and visit coyotehole.com. And let me tell you, folks, if you have not been out to Coyote Hole, you are missing out.
You are missing out.
100% missing out.
Especially right now because they've got all kinds of great holiday stuff going on. They've got this beautiful light show that they light up every night. I think it's Thursday through Sunday, 5:30. As soon as the sun goes down, they light it up. It's set to music. It's so great. And you can get reservations in one of the heated igloos, which fits like 6 people?
6 or 7, but you got to get reservations for it.
Because there's only 2 of them.
That's right.
And they go quick. So you got to call them up or go online and get their reservations. And you could either reserve an igloo or one of the bonfires.
So I think the first time that you and I had actually went out there, and we went out with a group of friends was St. Patty's Day.
Yes.
Was it not?
Yes. They had glitter cider.
They had glitter cider, and we were all drinking it.
Green glitter cider.
It was awesome. It was
so
amazing.
awesome. In fact, it's what you're drinking.
The Coyote Hole Bell Hole.
Yes, the Bell Hole cider
Kind of like
Coyote
Bel
Hole.
Air, like the Chevy Bel Air, but it's Bell Hole.
And why is it called Bell Hole?
Because it's barrel-aged cider.
It is aged
in a whiskey barrel. And let me tell you, folks, this is honestly my favorite cider from them.
It's so good.
It's delicious.
It's so good.
But
now,
then you put some green dye and some glitter in it.
Oh my God. Really, we just wanted to know if we were going to poop glitter.
That's. Okay,
I don't believe any of us actually did.
I wasn't going to go there, but since you did, that's exactly why we were drinking it. We wanted to see if we'd poop glitter.
Yeah, but we didn't. At least I didn't notice any in mine.
I didn't either, so.
Not that I looked at that close. My favorite thing at Coyote Hole is their sangrias. There's like 3 or 4 different sangrias, and they're so yummy, and there's different ones. But here's what's really cool about Coyote Hole. First of all, big shout out to Coyote Hole and the folks that own it. They've run it, and they are so committed to this business that they have put all their heart and soul into it, making sure that it survived the pandemic. And so please go out and support Coyote Hole Cider Works. And if you see Coyote Hole Cider in the store, buy it. Buy it. In fact, they are the official sangria of the Fredericksburg Nationals.
Yeah, that they are.
They have the Grand Slam Gria at every baseball game.
And it's delicious.
It is delicious. It was my go-to.
It was.
Because once again, I can only have there's certain things that taste good to me still, and Coyote Hole sangrias still taste good to me.
Yeah.
In fact, most Coyote Holes, I shouldn't say all, because there are a couple that were a little bit funky the other night when we went. Because of course, we don't just go and have like a flight. No, we want to try them all. And there's like 20 different ciders.
Yes.
Yeah, we tried 20 different ciders. If you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, you know.
And knowing we've had about 10 of those already.
Yeah.
Even beforehand.
Because we try them all the time.
Yeah.
We drink them all the time.
But that woman behind the damn counter.
She said, try them all. And we said,
okay.
And
And I was like, I already had like 10 of them. She goes, so what? And I'm
exactly.
like, damn you, woman.
Yeah. And so we succumbed to peer pressure. But here's the cool thing. While we were there at our last visit, the fabulous Rachel gave us some cider to give away.
That's right.
We've got 2 4-packs of assorted ciders. Now, we have some of their theme ciders, which is really, really cool. We have some of their sangrias. We have some of the original flavors. We have one that tastes like coffee.
And let me tell you, folks.
It's so good.
It tastes like coffee.
I'm going to grab these. Hold on.
Yeah, grab them up. Here, I'll grab the other one.
All right, so I have in my hand a 4-pack that includes the Coyote Hole Slope Side Raspberry Pear Hard Cider.
Which wasn't bad.
No, it's delicious. Coyote Hole Roasted. That is the coffee-aged cider, which legit has coffee flavor.
Legit.
Yeah. I have the 1630, which is their pear hard cider, which is, I believe, the first cider that I fell in love with at Coyote Hole 3 or 4 years ago when they first opened.
I think that's what you told me.
Yeah, and then they've got the Coyote Hole Santa's Cookies, the ginger cookie cider, which I'm gonna be the first one to say I don't usually like the weird holiday seltzers that they come out with. Yeah. Remember, I think it was Bud Light seltzer that came out with like gingerbread. They were disgusting.
They're horrible.
They were an abomination. Whoever drinks those is a monster.
We know somebody.
Coyote Hole Santa's Cookies was delicious.
It was good.
Yeah, it has a really yummy. It was delicious to me.
No. It wasn't my favorite, but it was really. It did taste like a gingerbread cookie.
It tastes like a gingerbread cookie in liquid form.
In liquid form,
with a little bit of apple cider in it.
But I had already, and maybe it was because I already had some other stuff. So maybe maybe the taste of the flavoring was a little off.
It was a little wonky. But what do you have?
So what I've got is I have got the Sunset Sangria, which is a favorite of yours.
In my fridge.
I have a Sister Sangria.
Also in my fridge.
A favorite of hers. The regular Sangria.
The cider Sangria, which I'm sipping on right now.
Drinking right now as we speak. And the Coyote Hole Cider Works Oma Smith.
The Oma Smith is their almost like, I think that's like one of their original ciders. It's a
green apple cider.
Granny Smith apple. It's like,
so between, and that's what Bell Hole's made with too, if I believe. It's made with
right.
the Granny Smith apples.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, folks, the Oma and the Bell, those are my 2 favorites.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
It's legit like squeezing an apple right into your mouth.
And I love eating a Granny Smith apple.
And what's the percentage of alcohol in that?
What, the Oma?
The Bell Hole has a 6.5%.
The Oma has a 6.9.
Right. So you get the freshness and yumminess of a green apple.
Yeah.
Plus little alcohol content. So there you go. So we are going to give these away. But we need something to happen first. We are just shy, I believe, like 30 likes shy of 400 on our Facebook page. Once we hit 400, we're giving these away.
Let's get on Facebook and like it. Share us.
Yes.
Do whatever.
So like us on Facebook. If we hit 400 or when we hit 400, we will give away the Coyote Hole cider assorted 4-packs, and they are delicious. If you haven't tried them yet, you're going to want to. And seriously, head out to Coyote Hole Cider Works at Lake Anna to get your holiday stuff on because it's so much fun out there.
If you need something to do on a Saturday night, or just a Saturday, or a Sunday,
they're open all the time.
But if you need something on the weekend,
oh yeah,
you know what? Because you work long weeks, whatever, you don't feel like going nowhere, but you need something to do on the weekend.
Yeah,
take a drive.
And it's not like when you go there are some places like some wineries, some breweries, and things like that where they don't have food. Coyote Hole has a full menu, folks. A full menu. They have flatbreads. They have pretzels. They have, we had apple cider donuts when we were there last time. But they've got delicious chips and queso. And then they had some paninis one time. Like they change it up. So check them out on Facebook. Check them out at coyotehole.com and go check them out. Coyote Hole Cider Works, our brand new VIP.
Delicious.
You guys are the best. All right. So where are we? Where are we? You all right?
Oh, no, I'm not coughing.
It's time for our downloads.
Oh, downloads.
Yes,
huh?
This will be a quick one. This will be a quick one.
This will be. So the latest download, I shouldn't say the latest, the download that I'm going to be talking about today is the Acorns app. So I've been using this app for a few years, and basically it's the same, save for trips and big purchases.
Right.
Now, the way you can set it up is you can set it up either for a weekly deposit, or you can also set it up for your change, your rollover.
That's what I did. I had it would round up every purchase I made to the nearest dollar, and then whatever that change was, it would toss into the app and then save it for me.
Correct.
Yeah.
So on top of that, I also do weekly.
Okay.
I have a weekly amount going in there.
Yeah.
So I've saved up enough at one point. I paid off a big purchase of ours.
Yeah.
I paid off our Peloton.
Yeah.
And, I've used it for trips. We went out to Minnesota in May.
April. May, yep.
I pulled some of that to make sure we had plenty of money out there.
It's just a really great way to save money without even thinking about it.
So you're almost investing because they invest it for you. But, it's one of those things where it's still your money. You're investing it. Like I'm putting in $100 a week.
Yeah.
So as that saves, we could use that for trips. We could use it for emergency if something breaks or whatever. But, that's what I've been doing.
Acorns, I like it.
Been doing it, love it.
There's a couple of different apps. I've used Acorns and I also use Capital.
I'll post my hey, if you want to sign up, I'll post my little
You got a referral code?
I got a referral code, and you get some money, I get some money. Hey, it's a win-win.
That's amazing. I love referral codes. Referral codes are my favorite. As a matter of fact, I posted a referral code for Goldbelly to save you $25 on Goldbelly, one of our previous Red and Blue downloads on our Facebook page. Go find us, Words and Music Podcast. In fact, on social media, we are Words and Music Pod. Okay. So there you go. Just not confuse anybody.
Word and Music Pod.
Yep.
Right on.
So my blue download. You did the red download. Now my blue download. Is the Time Hop app.
Oh yes.
Now I mentioned this earlier. Like I get every single day, I get my memories. Right. Time Hop. I've been addicted to this app for like 5 solid years. I look at it every single day. In fact, it records your streak of looking at it, like how many.
No, it does not.
It does, and that's why I look at it every day, because I don't want to break my streak. In fact, it sends me a notification like you're about to break your streak. I'm in the 5-year club. I have looked at it 2,025 days in a row.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is ridiculous.
He's like, that's stupid.
That's yeah.
The Time Hop app is by far my favorite. Like you can attach it to your Facebook, your Twitter. You can actually add another Twitter now. That's new. You can put an Instagram on there and another Instagram, a Swarm. I don't even know what Swarm is, but that's some other social media where you put stuff. You can put it. You can hook it up to your Dropbox photos, your Google Photos, your Flickr, your photos on your phone. So it'll show you all the pictures you've taken in the last like 10 years. It goes back at least 10 or 11 years for me.
Good God.
Yeah, because that's how long I've been on social media. It's so cool. I love it. I legit every morning right around 8:00. I go look for the notification, and if it's there, it means my day has begun. Because I get to go look at my Time Hop, and then I screenshot things from my Time Hop, so my Time Hop has stuff from my Time Hop in it.
Yes.
Because I'm an asshole.
And she'll send it to me.
I send it to you, like, oh, remember this? Oh, remember that? Like I screenshot. So I'm one of those people that I'm embarrassed to know how many pictures I have on my phone right now. Let's see. I have in my albums. My recent photos, I have 23,581 photos.
You have what?
23,581 recent photos in my phone, stored in my phone.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I never delete anything. And I do, I do screenshot a lot of stuff. Like I'll screenshot conversations, and then I just never go back and delete it. You know what I mean? Like I'll screenshot quotes that I see and memes that I like and stuff to send to my kids and whatever. So yeah, I'm addicted to Time Hop. So please check out the Time Hop app if you want to know, you want to go back over your fun memories and stuff like that. And yes, sometimes painful memories pop up. Sometimes you're like, oh God. But then you know what? It's a chance to look back and remember what an idiot you were then and that you are not one now.
And what an assholes they are.
So, yeah. And then you can go back and you can actually directly like tap on that picture in Time Hop. It'll take you to the original post and then you just delete it and you never see it again.
Nice.
Because that happens too.
I'm sure it does.
So there you go. That is the Red and Blue download. Grab your Acorns app and your Time Hop app.
Be on the lookout for that code. I always get it in email. So.
Referral code coming soon to our Facebook page. Follow us, Words and Music Pod, on social media. It's time to spew a random opinion. It's time for this some bullshit. You're first.
So I was waiting.
Yep.
So as you've heard throughout the show tonight or today, this morning, whatever.
Whenever you're listening.
I have been coughing.
Yeah.
And, I felt it, early.
Couple days ago.
Like
Friday.
I noticed a sore throat and I was like, oh man. Yeah. I said, hey, here we go. I'm getting a cold. Well, I wake up feeling even worse on Saturday. What do?
He kept me up all night, folks.
Coughing.
Just coughing. And finally I was like, you might want to go get tested.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't thought about it until she said it. But let me tell you what. This is some bullshit.
It is some bullshit.
Because, deep down inside, it's a damn cold.
You don't know.
I did know. I knew it was a cold. The way I felt,
Sure.
Like, I know how my body feels. I know the signs. I know.
You'd like to think so. But when I got COVID, that's how I thought too.
I hear you.
I was like, I'm getting a cold. I'm coming down with something.
I knew. And I was right.
You should see him right now, folks. He's got his head bobbing.
I tested negative.
Back and forth. And he's still holding the record for being the only person in this house who hasn't had COVID. I don't know what kind of.
I try to catch it and I still can't catch it.
He is that guy. He's like, somebody just sneeze in my face. Please don't sneeze in his face because I don't want him to get COVID, but I also don't want me to get COVID again.
No. So, but what's bullshit
and
is
his
that
sister says the same thing. She does not want to get COVID again. It's not fun.
No, it's not fun, and I don't wish it on anybody. I mean, it is what it is, but
But it does suck that now you can't even get a sniffle without being afraid that you might have something that is extremely contagious to others.
It also stems into from going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're harping right now. It's like, if you have symptoms,
stay home.
Stay home. Like I'm what's today? Today is
Sunday.
I'm contemplating the idea because I still have symptoms.
Yeah.
I might have to stay home tomorrow because of my symptoms.
And honestly, let's just roll this all the way back. You should be staying home anyway with a cold. Nothing pisses me off more than people who go to work sick.
No, I agree with you.
Because I can't, especially when I was in radio, we shared microphones for the love of God. All we did all day was spit on the same microphone as someone else just spit on for 5 hours before us. So we shared every cold, every time bronchitis came through the station, pneumonia, all strep throat. Oh my God. You got everything. It was like being in an elementary school, covered in germs at all times. So you should stay home if you're not feeling good.
You're right.
COVID or not.
I should. I felt the symptoms on Friday, but they weren't bad.
No, and by the way, he did go get a rapid test. It did come back negative, so.
It did come back negative. I said that earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't listening.
No, you were.
I was listening. I just didn't hear you.
But, so, I mean, it's bullshit that we have to, sit here and think about all this damn Rona bullshit.
It does suck.
And
it does suck.
it's not a,
it does suck.
It can't ever be a standard cold anymore. Nothing's ever flu anymore, or nothing's ever just a cold no more. He's got the Rona.
You got to make sure.
You got to make sure.
You just at least have to rule it out.
That's just some bullshit.
I agree.
I got to go stick a freaking Q-tip up my nose.
Oh my God, it's the worst, isn't it? It's absolutely the worst. I was actually thinking as you were heading to CVS to get your rapid test, I was thinking, maybe we need to order a couple of those at-home tests. Just keep them. Just keep them here in the cupboard in case we need them.
I'll look into it.
They're not that expensive. You can get them from CVS.
We'll look
or anyway.
It. What's your some bullshit?
Well, in fact, we just had an experience with a little bit of it a little bit ago as we had to pause our show while our dog vomited everywhere. Our dog had the shits over Thanksgiving weekend. Our other dog.
Our dog.
Right. Well, Kimber had the shits over the weekend. She's the one who really just ruined all our area rugs. Now, who would have ever thought that it would be Kona that was better trained than Kimber?
Oh, I know.
Am I right?
Right?
So here's the situation. We wake up one morning. I don't even remember when it was, a couple days before Thanksgiving, right?
It was still, it was like a Wednesday.
Thanksgiving week, wasn't it?
It was Wednesday because I still had to go to work.
Yeah. We wake up and I get up like I normally do in the morning. It's still a little bit dark out and I go head to the bathroom and I see some big dark spot on the carpet. And I'm like, what is that? And I wake you up, you turn on the light, and here we have a large pile of poo.
Large.
Soupy poo.
Half and half. Half log, half soup.
Sorry,
I know we're being
Sorry,
graphic.
folks. That's really, really graphic.
But still.
So this is on the carpeted floor in our bedroom, right?
Oh my God.
That night we decide, okay, because Kimmy literally, Kimber's out in the backyard. She is pooing liquid. Like it is straight liquid. There's no, like she's just got horrible diarrhea. So we don't know what she got into. We don't know what's upset her stomach, but we're like, okay, well, we don't want to keep pulling out the shampooer for the carpets and stuff like that. We have vinyl plank flooring in our main floor. So Kimmy has to sleep in the living room that night. We felt so bad, but we were like, we really just don't want to keep ruining the carpet.
Felt so bad, I almost pulled out the air mattress.
He almost slept with her.
Down there with her. Yeah.
We're like, she'll be fine. She'll be all right. So she slept downstairs on the couch. And then we had small area rugs. We come down. Actually, you stayed home with her that day because you called me and you said, we have to get a new area rug. We had an 8x10 area rug in our living room. That was like a very shaggy gray carpet.
Yeah.
And she ruined it over the course of the day. Yeah, it was over the course of the day because the night that she stayed downstairs, she just ruined the small rugs. Anyway, long story short, folks, the dog ruined every area rug we have.
Every single one of them.
Like to the point where it couldn't be cleaned.
Like they were stained. I took them outside and scrubbed them.
Yeah. So, and then what ended up happening is a chain reaction, of course. Kona, whatever bug was bothering Kimber, Kona caught it, and now she's got diarrhea. And I say it's funny that our puppy is better trained than our 11-year-old dog.
Yeah.
Because when Kona had to go out in the middle of the night, when she had to go, she just whined at the door until somebody woke up and let her outside, and then she took care of business outside. Bless her short-legged, chubby little soul.
The first night that she was sick, I got up with her because I heard her. And
the second night I heard her. I didn't. Yeah. So, but Kimmy just poos where she stands, which this poor girl. And she might have tried. Honestly.
She doesn't make no sound, so I don't know.
But she's usually the kind that comes to the side of the bed and like nudges you when she's got to wake up. You know, when she needs you, she comes and nudges you, and she didn't nudge. Anyway, the problem is all the area rugs now needed to be replaced.
Oh my God.
And that's where we run into some bullshit.
Oh my God.
Because the process, so we didn't have matching area rugs or anything like that, right? We had an 8x10, we had a 3.5x5, and we had like a 2x3, right? Whatever. But then in the process of it, we were like, well, these rugs are getting old too. We might as well just go through. Let's see if we can find a nice set, stuff that matches, that's not super expensive. We had good under the rug pads that we had found. So I had ordered those. They were coming on Amazon. And then we tried to go shopping for area rugs. What a giant pain in the ass.
What a joke.
Because first of all, you can find one in one size, but you can't find that one in another size. Or you can find it in this size, but then in that size, tiny size. It was just stupid.
You can find a round one, but you can't find the matching one to the round one that you need for a runner. You can find this runner, but you can't find this one that goes in front of a door. It's just like
it was like, can we just
couldn't find shit.
And they were so expensive. Like everything we saw, everything we looked at, everything we liked. We were like, that's a dumb price. We're not paying that. So at some point along this journey, I don't know if you saw an ad.
I saw it and sent it to you.
You saw an ad on social media somewhere.
Facebook
for a company called Ruggable.
Yep.
And now I am singing its high praises. We haven't gotten them yet.
We ain't got them yet.
But so here was the thing. Like you have to buy a separate pad. You have to buy a separate area rug, right? And then your area rugs are not going to match. So if you were one of those people that likes stuff to match in your house, not going to happen. Yeah, unless you special order them, pay a bunch of money, and it's ridiculous. Plus, we have a runner in our house that like the corners are curled up because it didn't stick to the pad. We tried like the little tape underneath. None of that shit works.
The corners on these runners have never stayed flat at all.
Never.
Ever.
And then you got dogs. One night with diarrhea and the damn thing's ruined.
Yep.
Right? You can't get it clean. So
Yeah, we're talking about you.
We found Ruggable. Now, this woman, it's pretty cool. So we're in here again. We're going to post a referral code for you guys for this one because Ruggable, it was made by a woman who owned dogs and her same journey that we had. Why can't I find inexpensive rugs that can be washed with a attached pad? So these rugs, apparently, we're going to find out. We'll give you the review on the other end. They come with their own pad and they come in every freaking size and shape. And there's a million, it's like 52 different patterns or something. Just cough, babe.
I am trying.
It's okay. I know. He's trying really hard not to hack in the microphone, but sometimes you gotta. But anyway.
I won't do that.
And supposedly, you can peel these rugs off the pad and throw them right into your washing machine.
That's what got me.
And they really look like rugs. Like they come in a variety of different like fuzz levels. You know, they come in like the real thin ones, like the Berber and the things like that. And they come in like the shag and the fluffy carpet. There's a chenille.
They got themes too.
They got themes.
Farmhouse theme. They got Disney theme. They got, I mean, they had Star Wars themes for Christ's sake.
So check it out, ruggable.com. We're very excited
to
get our ruggables.
To order.
Yes, because I just got the email today saying that one of our rugs has shipped. So I'm very excited about that.
It'll be interesting.
Otherwise, we ended up with a rug off of the rug pile at Lowe's for our living room.
Yeah, we did.
The pad under that came from Amazon.
Yep.
Then we went to Target and we found 2 rugs for our kitchen.
Yep.
But not the 3 rugs we needed.
Nope.
We bought another rug that doesn't match. From Lowe's.
We bought an industrial mat.
Yeah, from Lowe's. It's just, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Crazy.
It's some bullshit, folks. Some absolute bullshit. So check that out. Referral code coming soon to our social media. You check that out on our Facebook page. And once again, please, 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 please like, subscribe, bookmark our website, wordsandmusicpodcast.com. If you want to sign up to be one of our fabulous VIPs, our very important podcast sponsors, you can do that at wordsandmusicpodcast.com. Once again, a big shout out to Healthy Beginnings, Wellness and Aesthetics, Nine Hammers, Cowboy Jacks of Fredericksburg, Sprelly, and Coyote Hole Cider Works.
Heck yeah.
Our fabulous VIPs. Thank you so much for listening to the Words and Music podcast. I'm exhausted. This one was tiring just because we had to stop in the middle of it to clean up puke.
Vomit.
Sorry, folks. For all the graphic content, we apologize.
Yeah. Hey, just a glimpse in our lives.
Yes. And remember, when we get to 400 likes on our Facebook page, we are giving away Coyote Hole Cider Works assorted 4-packs of cider. And we'll throw in some Words and Music stickers, too, because we've got really cool Words and Music laptop stickers now.
Who doesn't want free booze?
And free stickers.
That's right.
I mean...
Free
seriously.
booze and stickers.
So obviously you have to be 21 or older to win. We'll figure out how we're giving it away.
ID.
That's right. The bouncers at the door.
We might just have meet us at Coyote Hole.
Hey, I think that would be a great idea.
I think it would too. Take some pictures. Yep. Say, hey, here we are.
Little listening party. That'll be fun. All right. Coyote Hole Cider Works assorted 4-packs when we get to 400 likes on our Facebook page. So if you haven't yet liked us on Facebook, find us at Words and Music Pod.
Tell your aunties, tell your uncles, tell your Grammys.
Tell all of those.
Tell them all.
Is it time to hit the button?
Hit the button.
Words and music.